Hey everybody, back up in San Francisco, San Fran, SF, Frisco, all kinds of names. Some people hate them, some people like them. Who cares? This time up on Fillmore Street, at the higher elevation part of Fillmore Street. Way down at the bottom is an unpleasant area, just outside of Japantown by the Kabuki Theater and stuff. Go a little further down the street, it's not the best area. It has a um, John Lee Hooker Blues Club at the bottom down there, which is famous and pretty cool. But that kind of marks the beginning of the bad area, so I don't really go down there much. A lot of project housing with the big spiky fences and same buildings because they're very low income, very not so nice areas. But people got to live somewhere. But it's just not a nice area to walk around. But people got to live there. So the best part is the Upper Fillmore up here, all the way up to where it tops out. Actually, this is about the top right here. You can see the cable car lines, the Muni lines getting eliminated by the car in the distance there. All kinds of Muni lines around San Francisco, powering all the Muni transits. But that's the dark void there in the distance is right where the hill drops off, dropping down into the marina, where you get views of Golden Gate Bridge, Angel Island, stuff like that in the distance, and just a whole different part of the city, which feels like Palo Alto. Like Chestnut Street feels like University Avenue in Palo Alto. It's pretty crazy. Lots of nice restaurants and bars and clubs, tons of crazy nightlife, and way different during the day than at night. And when you're nestled in the middle of it, you don't even feel like you're in a giant city. You feel like you're in Palo Alto. So you can come up here and still feel like you never left the South Bay. It's kind of funny. So I just came up here as the top point because it's the top part of the high part of the Fillmore Street, and it's all downhill from here, little by little by little. But there's a start of this building here. Came to a concert here a long time ago with an ex-girlfriend. She actually bought me a ticket because she knows I like classical music, and it was one of those nights where it was really bad because I loved the music and I was so excited, but I hadn't slept that much that day or that night before or whatever. So I was actually really tired. It was really hard to stay awake for it. And it has nothing to do with the quality. It was a very good concert. But it was in this building right here, which is the Calvary Presbyterian Church, built in, wow. Boy, it took a long time to build it. It says 1854 to 1901. So who knows what it looked like in 1854, but I'm assuming they finished in 1901. That's why it says that. Quite an old building, but again, old for this part of the world. Not old for a lot of you guys watching around the world are from. And you got little Italian groceries here, and some housing, the classic stacked vertical housing all smashed together. A little bit of everything in this area. There's more of a Victorian kind of squashed Victorian style. So yeah, that's that part of it. As you go down here, you get all kinds of shops, bookstores, restaurants, coffee houses, you name it. And as I drove through here slowly before I parked, apparently there's a couple jazz clubs up here. There's a Fillmore Jazz banner there, so apparently there are some jazz clubs. I don't think Pearls is here. I think Pearls is a different part of town, but that's a famous jazz club nearby. I've been there once or twice. They're very serious. If you talk or make too much commotion with your group during the jazz performance, they warn you a couple times and they actually kick you out of the club because they want you to be there to enjoy the jazz and not be annoying. So that was kind of interesting. A lot of clubs don't care about shit like that. Anyway, I was just going down the street. You can see there's a series of grades. It goes down, and the cross streets are level, and then it continues to go down, down, down. So I'm not going to go all the way down. That's where the edge of Japantown is. And like I said, further down Not so nice down there, but just see if I can have any remembrances coming down here. Like I said, I noticed a lot of stuff I used to see is gone, but there's some things that have been here a long time. They have these funny little like former houses turned into law offices and stuff here. Look at that little, very, very skinny, kind of Victorian style house/office. But these are all pretty old buildings through here. Obviously these wood shingles are not that old. Not from 1901, but yeah, it's up there. And I got more shops across the street. I'll catch those on the way back up. All kinds of trees here. It's very nice during the day here, very bustling. Lots of people enjoying themselves, shopping, eating. What is this place? Showcase restaurant? No idea. Showcase restaurant. And it's late, but not so late that the Muni stops running. Now the Muni's coming down. Get a little shot of the Muni bus. Might see some sparks if you watch carefully. No, not tonight. No sparks. Nice little animal medical center here. I don't remember this from before, but I never walked the whole street before. I usually drove to my spot, get my stuff, and get out. Some of these are, looks like this is not an emergency. Oh, it is 24/7 emergency. You just have to dial in. So that's nice. You can get this kitty corner right there. So keep away from the doggies. So yeah, you can get your animals fixed up 24/7. That's nice. Got an unsightly garage down there. I like these little twisty shrubs. Been trained to grow. That's cool. Little spirals. Got some fern boxes here. Got some nice protection. Those bars on the doors. A little extra protection. This is not a bad neighborhood, so. And we got some colorful paint jobs here. Now, this is what I think it is. If this is the coffee bean and tea leaf, I used to know a guy who lived upstairs. He's probably gone by now. He was a much older gentleman. Really talented guy. Played amazing piano. They used to have a bench out here, so maybe this isn't the spot I'm thinking of. Might be further down. This is some kind of like apothecary looking place. Snug. Never heard of Snug. But it's very, very plainty, very kind of quirky, sciencey with the kind of glassware in the windows here, apothecary kind of stuff. So yeah, this isn't the coffee bean and tea leaf, if that's even still here. Anyway, the if we find it, if it's still here, upstairs, obviously all the housing. And I thought this was the block. Fillmore and Clay. I thought this was it. Anyway, there's the Clay Theater, which is no longer theater now. It's been emptied out for who knows what. But there's a vaudevillian guy. So as a child, he did vaudevillian stuff with his sister. And all this kind of contortions and all kinds of weird acrobatic stuff and all that. Ended up having permanent neck pain his whole life from that, because he did it way past his young age and hurt himself. And but it was an amazing piano player. He actually had a friend and I come up here once when he wasn't just sitting out having a coffee outside the coffee place. And he invited us over for a concert. And he had us sit in his little sitting room with a piano. He printed a program up for the evening. And he played some of my favorites, some Rachmaninoff pieces, some, God, I forgot. It's definitely Rachmaninoff. There might have been a Bach or a Beethoven in there as well. But definitely Rachmaninoff, which is phenomenal when you hear it live. And just really, really amazing guy. I helped him with his computer many times, came up here. One night I spent like, I don't know, 5-6 hours up here helping him with his computer and gave him some advice on recording his piano so he could release recordings. And he did end up giving me a CD at one point of one of his recordings. And I have it somewhere, but who knows where the hell it is. And I can't remember his damn name. It was so long. I think it was Kelly. I think his name was Kelly something. And he was really, really just unassuming guy, hanging outside, friendly to all the passersby. My friend got to know him, coming down here all the time at the coffee house to work. And we started just hanging out every once in a while. We were coming by here to get a snack and talking to him. And I was talking about music with him, and then he invited us to the concert. He gave us a whole backstory. He had pictures of his vaudevillian days. Just an amazing guy. I mean, this is the kind of guy you should do like a documentary on his life kind of stuff. Super talented, nice guy. But it was many, many years ago, so I'm assuming he's probably no longer with us, but just lost track of him. So lots of memories on the street. Kind of bookshops and coffee houses and people to meet here. Japanese place. So you got the movie theater, as I suspected. It's been basically decommissioned and there's nothing going on with it. They just walled it up. And there's like nothing going on inside. So hard enough to run a big movie theater these days, let alone a single one. You saw the one I did on the stream at downtown Palo Alto at the Stanford Theater. That actually runs old-timey movies, and they have an organist that plays silent movie music on top of the silent movies. They've also been doing like Frank Capra movies and Hitchcock movies lately. It's really cool. Another chain around here, Joe and the Juice. There you go, look at that little stairwell going up to very, very narrow doorways and stairwells and stuff. Old tile from way back when. Okay, what do we got here? Salt and Straw. This was the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. Now it's a Salt and Straw fancy ice cream place. They have one of these in San Francisco. I mean, in Palo Alto. Very, very good. Always a giant line down the block. So this was where he would hang out. This was the place. This was Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. There used to be a bench or two right around here. And either he took that door or this door I walked by. This is where he lived, upstairs. And he had trouble walking because he was in pain a lot. I'm pretty sure that was his stairwell. And he lived up here. One of these buildings, probably up here, because it was right above Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, which is now Salt and Straw. This is where Kelly was hanging out. Hell of a guy. It's a shame people just slip through your fingers over the years, and you lose track of them, and you forget about them for a while, and then you remember them and wonder where they are. There's a housing complex over there, very colorful doors. Looks very 70s. We got a race car coming up the street. Oh, it's a cop, no wonder. Action Jackson. So yeah, Fillmore and what is the street? The cross piece is missing. Fillmore and what? Fillmore in Sacramento. Okay. That's where this place was. Used to be Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. And it's funny because it would compete with Pete's Coffee right across the street. And I always thought Pete's was better. Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf is more of a Southern California chain. And Pete's is from Berkeley. 1962, I think, in Berkeley. And I just think they have superior coffee and they're just more classy. So I'm not surprised Pete's was kind of a bohemian area around here. So I'm not surprised Pete's won out over Coffee Bean Tea Leaf. It just became a salt and straw ice cream place. The dueling ice cream places. But I used to come here a lot and get a coffee and a snack. Look, they even got the bakery goodies ready for today. Looky. City Baking Company. Already delivered. And this place, I love this place. Browser Books, tiny little bookstore. But they always have this great selection of just so many different things, new and used. And I would always find something in there, even little pocket books to just carry around, or good general science reading books, all kinds of stuff. But little hand-painted sign, closed. But a great little place. This is a must visit every time I came down here. Is get a coffee, go to the bookstore, browse around, pick something up. Very, very nice. There's a toy store and a big old golden retriever. Bears with bunny ears on. Gonna enjoy that one. So something for everybody. Cutesy stuff and Lego, all kinds of things. There's a husky, or a more German Shepherd actually. And they got fancy design places. You just know it's just 30% off markdowns, which means now they're normal price. Because this kind of place is always very expensive. Look at those crazy vases there with the faces on them. Crazy. Still tons of outdoor seating post-COVID. This Mediterranean kitchen here. So that I'm missing my little favorite spot, La Méditerranée. It might be gone. I think it is. But this might be a decent place in lieu of going to La Méditerranée. God, I used to go to that place all the time. It's on the other side of the street, but I don't see it, so I think it's long gone. Mud pie, rooty, lots of boutiques here. Like I said, kind of a bohemian area. They got beauty parlors. They got small batch chocolates. Oh God, you know these are expensive. The fancy boxes. Look at the display. I mean, just screams expensive. DandelionChocolate.com. Alexis Bitar. Ooh, they got some like very 80s style there. Look at those colors and shapes. Jewelry and all kinds of stuff. Oh, it's another pizzeria. They have a pizzeria down in North Beach. I don't know what the fuck a pizzeria is. I'll look that up. Oh, ancient Roman pizza. There you go. It says right there. Interesting. Pizza is a healthier, lighter, and airier than a traditional pizza due to a 72-hour fermentation. A special blend of soy, wheat, and rice flours bite into the delicate, crispy crust. With a warm, soft center, and you'll taste why Pizza Rosa is San Francisco's premier pizzeria. Join us for a meal more than 1,600 years in the making. There's some kind of a DoorDash or Uber Eats guy driving around. Yeah, 1600 years in the making. I'll have to try pizzeria now. Or pizza. Pizza versus pizza. Or as a lot of Italians say, a pizza. A pizza. Right, the Parmigiano Reggiano poster there. That's funny. Bertozzi and Parma. Look at these big noses sniffing. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Anyway. Yeah. Learn something new every day. Now I know what a pizzeria is and what a pizza is. I'll have to try it. And they got all these little power telephone boxes are all decorative now. Special artist. You saw the one I did when I went to get the donuts over Polk Street near Van Ness. Little funny characters on it. This has some cool graphic shapes on it. There's the outdoor seating for pizza. That's toward the ocean that way. The bay is that way. And the ocean is that way. Taco bar. It's also pink. There is a place called Pink Taco. This place is just taco bar, but it's also pink. So they're hinting. They're hinting of being naughty. And I'm okay with that. Flannel. Oh boy, looks like a concentration camp outfit. And someone's gonna pay a lot of fucking money for that. Holy smokes. The Tailor's Son restaurant. Nice old-timey place. Look at that. Lots of seating, high ceilings, old wooden stuff everywhere. Very nice. This place looks closed. Aquatalia. Like closed for good. Like it's all torn up inside. Yeah, it's definitely all discombobulated. Well, those businesses didn't make it. Mio, another business that didn't make it. All the displays are gone. Yeah, some hard times around here. Third Love. Oh yeah, there you go. Third Love. Hello. Bad bras, as if. And there's some bras right there. Man, look at that outfit. Talk about a walk back in time. Looks like it got a dead animal around the neck there. The color choices. Lots of vintage shit around here. Minimalism with an edge. Interesting. There's a female Steve Jobs look there with the turtleneck and the tight shirt and the blue jeans. This is Elizabeth Holmes from what the hell is that place called? Theranos. That was her look. Custom framing. Ah, here you go. Vietnamese sandwich shop. Bun mi. Takeout. Sofa, so good. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Very interesting. Got a little scooter as their logo. It's kind of funny. What is this place with a light curtain? Lots of big tables. I could walk by here before. Oh yeah, it's Noosh. Noosh, San Francisco. Got, it's kind of a mixture of stuff here. Citrus salad, butternut squash, Aleppo chicken, I mean, it's definitely Middle Eastern style. Yeah, donor pie. They got some other weird stuff that's not very Middle Eastern. They got falafels, secret sauces. Ooh. Noosh. It's the happy walking man. So yeah, I never went much further down than this that I remember. A couple side restaurants during some of these side streets. There's a Pizzeria Delfina. First time I tried it was up here, and then they have one in Palo Alto now. Nice little pizza place. Kiehl's, lotions and such. They've got a little medical thingy in the front. 3-day hydration. 3-second absorption. Here you go. It's nice stained glass windows here. These are wide doors. Look at that wide door. That's old fashioned with the double mail slots. Old school. Paper source. Tons of paper products. Rome, artisan burgers. So yeah, again, artisan, rustic, fancy. They got all kinds of stuff here. It's, like I said, it's bohemian, kind of trendy. But then you got these, a lot of dead spaces here. Places that didn't make it. Oh, look at that old-timey door there. Wow. See a lot of these in the marina. Other parts of San Francisco. Very old. 1917, it says right there on the door. It's cool. There's Florio Cafe and Bar. Very colorful, nice looking place. Right out of like the Godfather video game. There's some alleyways. There's an American flag down there. You can see the old wooden buildings. It's very old. Very, very old. Old-timey fire escapes. Look at this place. Wow. Plates and other stuff. Sue Fisher King. Oh, there you go. Of course, I got to use Sonata Populus Quae Romanus Sporker. The tattooed on the Roman gladiators. A little Italian restaurant. I think I say Sonatus Populus Quae Romanus. That's what it was. The finery. If you want to look like a dork, this is the dork store. Pay lots of money to look like a dork. It's like the old man outfit or a fisherman, weekend fisherman outfit. It's pretty funny. Got scooters everywhere, of course, all through the city. You too can look cool in tight clothing that's retro. Wow, look at that. Look at that hat. That's like a hat a flapper would wear. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on there exactly. More retro clothing stores. So now we're getting down to, ooh, is the Fillmore Bakery. That looks pretty good. Here comes a cab driver down here. Pretty dead this time of night. What is it? It is a Monday, or technically Tuesday now. 3:18 in the morning, so yeah. Should be pretty dead. There's a Walgreens in an old brick building. Someone's having a good old time here. Look at that. I'm on Fillmore. Ha ha ha. There we go. There's a little fake skyline there. There's Grant Street with a gate. Chinatown, and there's the Golden Gate with the cable car and the little squashed houses. Well, I saw one homeless person on the street. Palace Cafe. And unlike North Beach, he wasn't trying to yell at me for walking by and chatting a little bit. Oh, I've seen these ads for these Prada glasses. Does this make you want to buy Prada glasses at all? Even if you are a nerd, why would you buy that? It looks terrible. I guess it's an ironic ad campaign. Look at this. Another one. And another one for Dolce & Gabbana. It's just like, who makes these ads? Ferragamo, they're all doing the same nerd cred glasses thing. I don't get it. There you go. More kind of dorky outfits. I mean, it's like just a sweatsuit and a tapered fatigue pants, and just, I don't know who's wearing that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm no fashion plate, but Jesus Christ, there's some horrible stuff on this street. It's very expensive. Oh, the Duxiana beds, these are very expensive. Like I said, it's a mixture of weird stuff that's overpriced, expensive stuff that's properly priced, but still very, very expensive. I won't even bother showing you the real estate stuff here. That's outrageous, of course. And now we flatten out, and then straight ahead, that red sign way in the distance, that's the John Lee Hooker Blues Club right down there. This is where it levels out, and Kabuki Theater and Japantown is over to the left over there, behind all these buildings. Kind of a cool area, but straight ahead down this street, past Geary. There's a major divider street for this one. Takes you quickly to downtown. Other side of Geary is not nice. But down here, before you get there, I forgot exactly what street it's on, is the famous Fillmore Theater, where I saw Devo, I saw all kinds of, I mean, it's a famous theater going back to the 60s. All kinds of bands playing there. It's a small venue, but you get a lively show from a famous band in a small venue. It's very, very nice. So consequently, it fills up very quickly. If you can get a show at the Fillmore at all, grab it, because no matter who shows up, it's usually a pretty good show. It's a very lively crowd. So we're at Sutter and Fillmore. Oh, look, it's a fucking Waymo. Goddamn robot cars everywhere. They have a lot of problems. A glow that makes heads turn, guaranteed. So yeah, that way is downtown. Sutter goes right into the heart of downtown. Over the hill. Like I said, it's isolated over here, so you don't hear a bunch of noise. There's less traffic over here. And when you get down on the other side of the marina, it's busy, but it's again, it feels like Palo Alto. So anyway, keep going back the other way now. It's a Japanese place. You can see all the decorations there. Muse 10. Looks like it's a massage place or something. Or, oh, salon. Okay. See some funny chairs in there. Handmade gelato. Made on premises. Fillmore Creamery. Spelled differently. With a PH and not a FILL. Karate doesn't sleep. No shoes required. That's funny. United Studios of Self-Defense, Martial Arts Boulevard. Cops making the rounds. He was like, what are you doing with your stream? There's a robot car just sitting here, waiting for somebody. Vic's Wine House. Wine bar. And here's Vic's Wine House on Fillmore. All the fake grapes in front you could stand. Fillmore Florist. What's this place? Oh, there's the bakery. Fillmore Bake Shop. And the whimsical font and graphics. All right, he's satisfied I'm just a boring live streamer, so he's gonna leave me alone. Oh look, there's a dog spa off the beaten path. More Muni, they're just going until, I didn't know they're all hours. I thought they cut off at like midnight. It's good to know. So here's your typical apartments around these areas. Big stairwell, multiple doors going to one building. They just basically broke up a house probably into 3 separate entrances, but it's really just a bunch of rooms and hallways going up there. Here's another one with a taller staircase, same thing. Tall staircase, 2 doorways. Here's your dog spa. Russian Hill dog grooming. So this is Russian Hill, I didn't know that. You got fancy statues in there of all kinds of stuff. So there you go. Not just spas for people, spas for doggies. Ooh, look at this ship this guy put together. Holy shit. That's a serious model. American flag on there. The crow's nest could use some work, but it looks very old. All right. So I got some police action. Got some more police. Yeah, they're really patrolling the area. No wonder it's so nice here. They're keeping an eye on it. Chapeau Michel. Caribou, Zuri. Zuri, come hang out. And there's a little Japanese decorations. Slava Ukraini. There are all kinds of jewelry and stuff in there. Mellow and Barbers. Mani Pedi and Waxing. Boy, they really keep the lights on all the time here. Oh, electric bill. Look at that Compton's Coffee House. Never seen this place. Very small. But in order to survive, I bet it's very expensive. And probably pretty good too. There's a modern doorway. You don't see a lot of those right here. Woodhouse Fish Company. Lobster rolls, clams, clam chowder. Big old booths, old-timey. This guy's already getting ready for the day's work. Got old ceiling, man. This place is old. That's a really old ceiling there. Hammered metal ceilings. Another alleyway. Mysterious alleyway. So now reference, there's Florio across the street there. You saw Florio earlier. There's a nice decorative door there for Severn, I'll have to guess. Or Severn. This is the Swedish version of Ernest. Hey, Svern. No rest for Bridget. It's an interesting name for a clothing store. Oh, somebody broke in here already. Look at that. They got wood paneling in the door. So they do have a possible crime problem here. The Shade Store. It was like the show on Letterman back in the old days. Went to a show called Just Shades. They also had a store called Just Bulbs. Made in San Francisco. Fiat Lux Fillmore. Okay. Mysterious. This is funny. Right here it looks some kind of bacterial photo or a protozoan photo or something like that. But it's actually bagels. This is boy chick bagel. It's supposed to be pretty good. See, they're very polite. Instead of we're closed or closed, they say, sorry, we're closed. Well, those cops are really paranoid. They think I'm gonna fucking rip off a bagel store? I got a live stream camera. There, I'm gonna jaywalk in front of the cop. He doesn't give a shit as long as I'm not breaking into anything. Just crossed on a red. Laredo. There's Noosh again, Noosh over there. Passed by there earlier. What's this place? Look at that old roof. Metal overhangs there. Been there forever. Little Shucker, LS. Some very old door there, or somewhat old. Little Shucker, some kind of corn place. Interesting decor. High ceilings, kind of nice. Harry's Bar. Looks pretty old from the woodwork and stuff. Cezanne. The Parisian Wardrobe. Very petite models. You know that icon, Lululemon. There you go. Overpriced yoga pants, etc., etc., etc. They got extra protection here. Their clothes cost a fortune for what they are. Red Mint. Not sure what Red Mint is. Probably a restaurant. Claire V. Gorgiana. Yep, jewelry and stuff. Rag and Bone, New York. Yeah, that's why they keep all the lights on here. It's just, I guess they have a real problem. You know, these bars and everything, they still got to keep the lights on. They're paranoid about theft. And we're back at Taco Bar. That's California Street. That goes back to downtown as well, parallel to Sutter. I used to, back when I was coming up here in high school, coming to the museums and stuff, and a few shops downtown, I knew very little about the city way before GPS. I would go through Golden Gate Park to the museum, up 19th Avenue, became Park Presidio through the park, over to Geary, cut over to Geary way down there. And then I would take, I forgot which street I would take to California. Eventually I would end up on California to go to certain parts downtown. So not this area, but much further down California. Those are the streets I used to take all the time. and then cruise around Market Street, a few other places. You can't drive on Market Street currently, except for a few spots, because sometime during COVID, they closed a bunch of it off to nothing but buses and bikes and homeless people. Here's a bank. And they're supposedly going to reopen that now. The mayor promised, apparently. Who knows when that's going to happen? Because right now, every time you want to go somewhere down anywhere near Market, you have to crisscross over it. You can't drive down much of it except right by the Castro. And it's just kind of obnoxious. Everything takes longer because you can't take Market. It's like a major street. Cuyana. Fewer, better, every day. Of course, you gotta have sidekicks here as well. Lovely. Diptyque. Catbird. Sending you love from New York. Velvet by Graham and Spencer. Wow. Not too, probably very expensive, very plain looking. Ooh, Oaktown Spice Shop. That looks kind of cool. Small, definitely overpriced. Look at all the chilies they got. Whew. Very nice. Now we're back at Pete's Coffee and Browser Books. Two of my favorite shops. So yeah, Credo Beauty. La Mediterranee is definitely long gone. It was back there where it was a little more flat. Sad. But it was there over 20 years ago, so they probably just got tired of running the business. Or the owner died or something. Frame. I like the very stiff mannequins in very plain clothes. Well, at least the man's in plain clothes. Look, he's lined up for for inspection at a Chinese military camp. Very plain looking. Salt and Straw. Used to be Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. Fine Wines and Spirits. D&M. There's a colorful apartment again. And oh wait, it is here. Ha ha! I'd forgotten it was right by this place. La Mediterranee is still here. Holy shit. It's alive and well. This fucking place is amazing. Really, really good Mediterranean food. It's a little hallway. There's all kinds of crazy decorations in there. You can't see it because it's still dark, but it goes way the hell back in this building. You have to snake around to the back to actually get to the bathrooms. But man, I used to come here all the time. I forgot it was by the Pete's Coffee. I thought it was further down where it was a little more flat. But yeah, La Mediterranee, alive and well. I'm very happy now. I had to plan a special trip up here to get a snack. Looks like they got, yeah, it's both sides of the doors there. There's the awning, La Mediterranee. Very tasty. I guess that's the kitchen. Yeah, it's part of the kitchen right there. They make fresh baklava, spanakopita, hummus, falafel, baba ganoush. Man, so much good stuff there. Good tea, desserts. Not cheap, but totally worth it. Junior League. Here's Athleta. Athleta. Overpriced workout gear. Le Labo. Fine perfumery. Hair fairies. There you go. It's hair fairies. Via Veneto. There's this tea and boba place, very common. Zero and chain here. Palmer's Cocktails. Oh. Yeah, if they got a construction thing outside, they're being gutted. Palmer's didn't make it. Any place with a little martini glass outside is always on the edge of being classy and cheesy at the same time. There's Palmer's Cocktails. Rest in peace. Never went in there. May have walked past it, I can't remember. What's this place? Can't read the sign, it's funky. But it's very decorative. Oh, Nest. It's a crazy looking dog there. I love these columns, these French decorative columns, but it's also very phallic. It's, the French. Super cuts. Used to be cheap haircuts. Not anymore. Probably like $20. Citibank. We're getting close to the end of the journey. I can see that church up ahead. There's a parking garage. Some interesting fans blowing in here. Be interesting recording. Not sure if that turned out. Try the back mics just in case. Might be an interesting audio loop. Yeah, not too much reverb. Another long shot of the small squashed houses here. A Salis. For rent. That long hallway there. Crazy. And a cinder block, for protection maybe. I'm sure they propped the door with it, but could get creative with that shit. In this place. All kinds of, looks like earrings. Yep. Little tchotchkes. The happy little metallic moon. And the little Mardi Gras action there. A place to discover, buy, and learn about wine. Verve Wine. What's this place called? Reformation. Yep, that's right on the wall. Reformation. More overpriced old-timey clothes. There's the pet hospital again. This modern look to it. Yeah, not too many things on the side streets here. It's all housing. But back down there, a couple of the side streets did have restaurants like Pizzeria Delfina, some other kind of shit. Margaret O'Leary. The future is heirloom. A lot of strange taglines and lofty slogans on the street. Ministry of St. La Morette. Artisan chocolate. So we got a few artisan chocolate places on the street. This one's out of business. Moretta and Company. Oh, little birdie. It's probably a mockingbird. They like to sing when the lights are on. All the other birds are asleep. They tend to sing a lot. They discovered that they not only to mimic other bird songs to expand their territory, but by singing at night when there are a lot of lights, they get triggered. They're continuing to keep their territory by singing when other birds aren't singing. It's kind of funny. Wow, look at this place. Very ornate, old-timey decorations all over the place. Those old side lights. Lots of marble. Fancy entrance. Steps. Fancy floors. Wow. Pretty crazy. Old fancy San Francisco. Warren. And it's not a rabbit warren. Another entranceway with a long stairway in the back there. Posh salon and blow dry boutique. That's a cool shot there with the zebra face on. Rothy's. Man, very colorful. Aesop. Whoa, look at this place. It's all kinds of essential oils and stuff, like an apothecary. Again, look at it. From the look of this place and the size, a defined bloom. Wow. You know this shit's expensive. This is what the Google store looks like. If you go to the visitor center on the Google campus, they have a whole history of the Google devices timeline and stuff. And they have a bunch of these kind of boxy wooden displays for their stuff. Very much like that. Might be the same person who designed it. And a market. Mayflower Market. Now we're at Jackson, Gino's Grocery Company. This is where we started. And there we go, right back where we started, at the church where the concert was that I went to many years ago. So I'm back out. Go home, get some sleep. Had to get out and stretch my legs before I was driving a bunch today. So whoever's left, thanks for coming by. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And looking forward to going back, look at the comments. Always fun for me. And keep your eyes peeled for more random shit like this. Whenever I feel like walking around different parts of town. And yeah, it's fun. Very nice today. It was like 75 degrees in the South Bay. Shockingly warm and pleasant. And then it's very mild tonight. It's only low 60s, I think, right now. Compared to lately, it's been in the mid to low 50s. It's probably mid 60s right now. So yeah, it's not cold at all. until the wind kicks up. It gets a little breezy, but so yeah, it's very, very pleasant, and it'll just get warmer and warmer. At least down south it will. Here, it's, you never know till you get up here, but might be getting some more rain. Who knows? So that will do it. Thanks again, everybody. Catch you later.